Yeah, let's do that.
The no Bracy and no Baker, it kind of makes me think that while we thought the U.S. had like 5 to 7 guys, it may be more like 2 to 3 because Baker, we haven't seen Baker since what, indoor season maybe? I don't even remember when he's last run. But Baker is not running like a 9-8 guy. Bracy, he's also not running like a 9-8 guy because we haven't seen him. It really looks like when it comes down to it, like the true known 100-meter guys on the U.S. side is basically going to be Curley and Bromell, and that the ultimate and Coleman. So those three guys, the ultimate depth of men's 100 is kind of fading with Bracy not showing up lately, maybe due to injury. Baker seems like he's not in the same form that he was, from previous years. And this is all based off of like them not
Yeah.
running. I mean, clearly, if you're a legit 100-meter runner in this world, you're able to run in May, in April, because that's what the top dogs are doing. So it
Yeah.
does give me a
So
little bit of concern. And then ultimately, it would have been nice to see Jacobs in this race. This was kind of the writing on the wall was there because he had pulled out of other races. He pulled out of
yeah.
that matchup with Curley in Nairobi due to injury. And he tweeted out, "Hi guys, unfortunately, I can't run in the Diamond League in Eugene, USA on Sunday." I love how he calls it Diamond League in Eugene, USA, and not Prefontaine Classic. I did an MRI and it showed a distraction elongation of the first degree. It sounds like a criminal uh, penalty.
Yeah.
I have to stop running for 10 days. Sad face. Don't worry. I'll be back in shape soon. Heart, arm strength. So he has to
Photo
stop running for
credit.
10 days.
Hello Canary Islands. You should read the entire post. Make sure you get the photo credit in there from Hello Canary Islands. Yeah, this is a bummer. This is a bummer. I mean, he didn't look great in his last race, but he was good indoors. To go back to something you said a second ago on Bracy and Baker, Bracy did run in Puerto Rico 10.11, won his heat, but then didn't come back and run the final. So we've seen him more than we've seen Ronnie Baker.
True.
Also,
But Bracy
also
shouldn't have
though,
been in this race.
Arian Knighton's in this race. And I don't know if he's going to double, but if a guy runs 1949, I'm assuming he's going to be pretty solid um, in the one as well. He's going to be able to do something. This is the
Yeah.
original announcement. This is the
Let's
original
let's talk a
announcement.
little bit
So
about
that's changed. That's changed now.
let's talk
But
a little bit
Bromel's
about
in
this
it.
men's 100. Yeah. How do you see it playing out? What do you think is going to happen? Who do you consider the favorite, and what do you think is like the result the people want, the result the people don't want? Like, how do you think it's going to play out with this men's 100? Now that we know
All
the
right, we got it.
actual start list.
Yeah, so here's the start list. Bednarik, as of now, Bednarik, Bromell, Coleman, DeGrasse, Curley, King, Knighton, Lyles, Tabogo. So there's a couple different things you're looking for here. One, obviously, Coleman is, I think, the highest seeded guy remaining because there's no Marcel Jacobs, and I have him just behind Marcel Jenkins Jacobs in the rankings. But I obviously think Curley and Bromell aren't that far behind. Knighton I see as a wild card just because of the 1949. So that I have no idea. Like he could run 10:05, and I'd be like, okay, well that's solid. Or he could run 9:83, and I don't think I'd be surprised at either outcome. Also, side note, pretty cool matchup though between Knighton and Tabogo. Both teenagers. Remember Tabogo ran really fast earlier this year, so keep an eye on him. But I would say I would have Coleman as the slight favorite ahead of Bromell and Curley, but it's really close. And I would be surprised, other than Knighton, I would be surprised if someone outside that group won this race.
Yeah, I mean Coleman and Bromell and Curley. That's the big three. DeGrasse is the we don't give no respect guy in the field, because he's the Olympic champion in the 200.
Yeah, but he
But
hasn't been running that fast right now.
he has
But
been
he's
running
fine.
fast, so that's why
He's gonna be fine in July. Yeah.
yeah. I think the funnest result would be a night and win because we thought the bolt comparisons were great in 19 when he ran
Yeah.
1949.
Yeah.
If he goes in and wins this race at pre,
Yeah.
2 months out from Worlds, we're gonna be like thinking,
Yeah.
"Holy crap, he legitimately might be a U.S. Bolt, like winning that race." I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna
You
happen,
you
but if that would be legit. Like even if he won it running like 9.92, beating a
yeah.
Curly, Coleman, and Bromell and a DeGrasse, that's that's legit. Um,
Yeah.
I will say this. Here's my main question I have for you on this field. Do you believe that the winner of this race should be the
Mm.
world favorite 2 months later?
Great question. I was just thinking this because I've held Jacobs up as the number one guy. I think if Coleman wins, he's number one. I think if Curly wins, he's number. If it's a crazy off the board upset, then maybe no. But I think if that top group wins, I think they will be the favorite. What do you think?
I think whoever wins this should be the favorite because no disrespect to Jacobs, but Jacobs is hurt. So
Hmm.
that's going to be
Hmm.
a factor. Even if Jacobs, like,
And he
that's
hasn't
going
been
to be
running
a,
crazy either. I mean, he won World Indoors,
yeah.
but he hasn't been running crazy fast either. So we have enough
Like, I'm willing
information
to
at this
say,
point.
yeah, whoever wins this race is the favorite. We see this fun tweet from Michael Johnson. I don't know him, which is a great way to start your tweet. I don't know him, but from what I've seen, Arian Knighton's desire to be the next Bolt is about equal to Bolt's desire to be the next Michael Johnson. The best way to make their own history and surpass the last. First of all, I love how Michael Johnson finds a way to say that the greatest sprinter of all time really just wanted to be him. And Usain Bolt,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
No,
he's
no,
the
he's saying he
foundation of
didn't want to
Usain
be.
Bolt.
No,
I
no,
don't know
he
if
said he
that. I
didn't
think
want
he's
to be him, but he's creating an awesome analogy. He's saying Ari Knighton is to Bolt as Bolt was to me. That's an awesome way to put yourself in the analogy. I love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, so he's implying that Bolt didn't want to be him.
Bolt doesn't want to be him. Bolt wanted to be Bolt. Knighton doesn't want to. Knighton wants to be Knighton. That's what he said.
See, here's the thing. That's a
I would love
cliche
to be
that every
Bolt. I just want to go on record and say if you ever said, "Hey, is this guy the next Bolt?" I'd be like, "Yes, I would love to be the next Bolt." 100.
right.
percent
I feel like it's just cliche, and you're supposed to say, "Oh no, I'm gonna be the next me." Like, are you the
The
next
first me.
MJ? No, I'm the next LeBron. Like, because it sounds
Yeah.
more powerful. But at the end of the day, when you were 12 and you were
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
idolizing you wanted to be them. Don't pretend you didn't want to be them. You wanted to
Hmm.
be them. And now that you are them, you can't be like, I changed my mind on myself. No. So I just think that they may say they don't want to be the next Bolt, but no one wants to be the next Bolt. Because if you're the next Bolt, you're
That'd be
freaking
awesome.
owning a decade of track and field.
Be
You're
awesome.
signing multi-million-dollar sponsorships. You're going to be go down in history as one of the greatest ever. Yes,
Yeah.
you want to be the
Yeah.
next Bolt.
I think
Who
what people
doesn't?
mean, well, you don't want the expectations that come with it because if it ends up not working out, you don't want, oh man, they could have been this and then they weren't. But just the idea of, hey, could I have this person's career? You tell any person at the age of 18, 19, 20, hey, do you want to have the career of the greatest of all time? I think most people would be like, yes, yes, I would love that.
I want that.
Okay, we don't have a ton of time. Anything left on the men's 100? Or do you want to jump to the women's 100?
Predictions. What's your top three order? Go.
I'm gonna go. Man, this is tough. I'll go Coleman, Bromell, Curly, Knighton, but it's tight. It's very tight.
I'm going to go Bromell, Curly, Coleman.
Romeo, Curly, Coleman. Okay, why you have Coleman third? That would be. I think that would be a surprise if that happened. All right, women's 100.